Good morning, students. I welcome you all to Vidya Setu, the YouTube channel of our school. Today, on this platform, we are going to start a new chapter of science, which is Lesson 10 Motion and Measurement. In this chapter, today we are going to study these important topics, which are story of transport, measurement methods, and SI units. So, let's start our class. So, students, long ago, the peoples did not have any means of transport. They used to move only on their foot and they carry goods on their back. Later on, they start using various animals for transportation. For transport through water, in ancient times, people use the boats. So these are the various means of transport. After some time, wheel was discovered and it made a great change in the modes of transport. Animals were used to pull carts that moved on wheels. The invention of steam engine also brought a very drastic change in the modes of transport. The steam engine led to the development of new modes of transport. Then after the development of steam engine, after the discovery or invention of steam engine, railroads or we can say railway tracks were made for steam engine driven carriages and vehicles. You must have seen very big trains which carry a large amount of goods from one place to another. You also must have seen the various tankers which carry petroleum and LPG gas through railway tracks. Okay, and then later on came the automobiles such as cars, trucks, and buses. After the discovery of automobiles, motorized boats, and steamers, ships, large cruises, these were discovered. And in the 19th century, aeroplanes were also discovered. Nowadays, we are living in 20th century. So, in this century, electric trains, monorails, and supersonic aeroplanes and spacecraft are new inventions. So, this is how the various modes of transports have evolved. Okay, students. So, earlier people used just bullock carts to travel from one place to another. They use very simple kind of boats, but nowadays we can see a large number of modes of transport in all the three: land transport, air transport, and water transport. So, student, this was the story of transport. Now we will study about the measurement. So, measurement means the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity. Okay, we have one known quantity and we have one unknown quantity. So we will compare the unknown quantity with the known quantity. Now there are two parts in a measurement. One is the unit and other one is the number. For example, here we have written 12 centimeter. So 12 is the number and centimeter is the unit. Okay, students. Now similarly, if we write 30 degree Celsius for temperature, if we write 30 degree Celsius, so 30 would be the number and degree Celsius would be the unit. So a measurement has two parts, a number and a unit. Now, students, in ancient times, when the peoples do not have any proper method for measurement, they do not have the scales or measuring tapes with them to measure the different things. So, what they used to do, they actually measured the thing with the help of their body parts. So, in early times, in previous times, or in ancient times, people use their body parts to measure different things. Now, the different methods or we can say the different body parts which were used for the measurements are foot. Foot means the length of foot of a person, how long is the foot of a person, that is the foot. So people use this foot for measuring the length of, suppose, a room. Okay. And then cubit is the length from the elbow, this is elbow, and this is the tip of the middle finger. So the distance or the length from the elbow to the tip of middle finger, it is known as cubit. Now next, handspan. Handspan means the distance between the tip of little finger and the thumb of a fully stretched hand. The hand should be fully stretched or open. So the distance between the thumb and the tip of the little finger, it is known as the hand span. So hand span was also used in ancient times for measuring the length. Then digits. Digits is the thickness of a single finger. The thickness of our one finger is called the digit, and we have four fingers and one thumb. So these four fingers, they are called the four digits. So these were the different body parts which were used to find a particular distance or measurement in ancient times. Beside this, people also used the pace. Pace means the distance of one full step. So this is we have two legs. So the distance between these two legs, these two foots of a fully stretched legs, it is called the pace. So in previous times, people use hand span, digits, cubit, okay, palm, and pace for the measurement process. Now different persons have different length of their body parts. Suppose there is a small child, so he should be having very small hand, he should be having very small foot. Okay. So all the people, they have different length of various body parts. So that's why this method of measurement was not, can say that it is not very reliable method. So we should find a method which is very reliable. Students, suppose there is one table, and you have to measure the length of the table with your hand span. Okay. So what will you do? You will start measuring the length, but the size of your hand span and the size of hand span of a adult person, elder person, would be different. So according to you, the length of the table would be, suppose, 5 hand spans, and according to the elder person, the length of the table would be, suppose, 4 hand spans. So this creates a confusion. So to avoid this kind of confusion, there should be a standard unit of measurement. Now in 1790s, the French created a standard unit of measurement which is called the metric system. Dear students, nowadays we used to follow the international system of units, which is also called SI units, because it is very reliable, and everywhere it is easily, we can say, it is easily accepted. Everyone accept this method of measurement. So here are some physical quantities, and here are the SI unit of these quantities. For example, for length or distance, the SI unit is meter, and it is written with the symbol alphabet small m. Now for mass, SI unit of mass is kilogram. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. We have three scales for measuring temperature: Celsius scale, Kelvin scale, and Fahrenheit scale. But the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. SI unit of weight is Newton, and SI unit of time is seconds. So these were the standard unit of measurement. So this was all about today's class. In the next class, we will study some more topics from this chapter. Thank you for watching. See you in the next class.